So what I want to talk about today is we live in a society where we protect monsters. I mean, that's why we got Trump in office, is because we protect monsters. The first time I experienced and saw that monsters are protected in our society is I grew up in a very violent home. My father would beat the shit out of us. He would kick us and slap us and punch us. He would knock me to the floor and kick me and spit in my face and pull my hair. He'd hit me with shovels. And I grew up with an attitude. Anger. Like a lot of rage and a lot of anger. And one time I saw that look. The look of he was going to kill me. Like he was going to beat the living shit out of me. I saw that look in his eye. And I picked up a rock and I said, no more. You're not going to hit me anymore. I'm no longer going to be the thing that you beat. Well, he called the police on me. And the police picked me up, put me in his car, and told me that I was a spoiled brat. And he hoped that my night in jail would turn me around. And I just looked at him. I remember really looking at him and being, I'm fucking 17 years old. This man has been beating me. My mother would watch him beat me and not say anything. Would not stop him from hitting us. And that police officer told me, God, I hope this night in jail turns you around. You, you selfish, arrogant child. I just thought, you have no fucking clue. You have no clue what this man does to me. Then I ran away from home. And I had a probation officer from that, picking up a rock and telling my dad he was never allowed to hit me ever again. And I remember not being able to get rides to my probation officer. And I would have to walk 15 miles. 15 miles to get to my probation officer. And my probation officer thought I was a spoiled brat. I'd come in smelling like cigarettes because my parents smoked like fucking fiends. And he'd be like, well, you have money. You'd be mad because I wasn't able to pay the probation fines. And he'd be like, well, you got money for cigarettes. And I looked at him. I said, I just fucking walked 15 miles to the gate here. I'm probably going to have to walk another 15 miles to get home. My parents smoke like fiends. I can't get a job because I'm busy working on the fucking farm. Because that's what we had. We had a fucking farm. And I don't know what you want from me. I'm doing the best I can to survive. I have nobody to help me. I'm utterly alone. You're the only one. You're the only one. And you don't care. So I ended up, my father wanted to beat me up again. So I ended up running away and I slept in the fields. And my mother caught me sleeping in the field, so she picked me up and took me to the health department in Carroll, Michigan, and they sent me to a place called Corey's Place, which was a homeless shelter for youth. And luckily, there I had a counselor who chose to see me, and he came to my probation officer, and told the probation officer that I was sleeping in the woods, and that I had twigs in my hair when I showed up, and that I had been severely abused for years. That Brandon Wyatt was his name, and he spoke up. He spoke up for me. He saw my humanity, and he seen that I had suffered greatly, and he went out of his way. He was the first person to really fucking give a shit about me. I mean, he would take me to go get Slurpees. He taught us how to play baseball. You know, he was incredible. But at Corey's place, it was a drug front. It took me a few months to realize what the fuck was going on, but I caught on. There was one of the workers would bring alcohol in and try to get us drunk. This was after Brandon left. He would try to get us drunk. Not me in particular, because I had a sassy mouth, and I wasn't gonna be an easy target, if you know what I mean. But this girl named Megan, I remember specifically him bringing alcohol in and trying to get her drunk. Yeah, his name was Greg Goodwine. And when I reported it, because Greg was black, what I got was, well, Audrey hates black people. No, Audrey was catching on to what was going on. It was a drug front. Corey's place was a drug front. It also was sex trafficking, because they were taking some of the girls and selling them. They didn't sell me because I have a big mouth and I was fat. So, I mean, maybe if I didn't have a big sassy mouth, they would have sex trafficked me. But I remember telling people at work, I had gotten a job at McDonald's, and I'm like, there is sex trafficking going on here. There's drug front. They're in and out selling drugs. The owner or the director of Corey's place was stealing money laundering. She would steal money from big donations and use it to buy herself a mink coat. I remember making fun of her for her mink coat and her chinchilla fur coat. And she getting real mad at me because I told her, oh my god, you took the last chinchilla out of the wild. So, yeah. I remember them coming in and telling me that I was like some kind of psychopath. I'm like, and thinking, maybe I am a psychopath. Maybe I'm making this all up in my head. But what I realized is they knew that I was catching on to the truth of the shit they were doing. But I remember talking about it and saying it out loud and telling people, hey, like, this place is trafficking drugs and it's trafficking children, and there's a guy named Greg Goodwine bringing alcohol in and trying to get the girls drunk. And nobody would listen. Same with my father. My father is abusive. My father beat the shit out of me. And I have family members who actually make fun of me. They were cousins, and they never saw my dad beat the shit out of me. My dad is very charming. He's a narcissist. Very loving. Very, very abusive. Everybody loves. My dad's so cool. Your dad's so fucking cool. Yeah, that's the game. They're charming. They're loving. Everybody likes them. They'll give him a fucking free car. Look at Willie. He was so charming. They gave him a fucking free car. Why? Because he's fucking charming as fuck. Yeah. But this is our society. We protect monsters like Trump. I worked on a boat, and I asked the captain to stop fucking touching me. Don't fucking touch me. And he would make fun of me and call me names. And you're just a weirdo. Why don't you want me to touch you? Because you're the captain. And I'm the first mate. And it's inappropriate. Also, touch isn't safe for me. Unless I love you, and I know you're safe, and I want it from you, I don't want you to touch me. It's not safe. It's not. And I reported it. I documented it. I remember having a notebook full. I mean, he would squeeze my knee, he'd pat my back, squeeze my shoulders. And it's like, it was more than just like, oh, good job, Pat. Or he would squeeze my knees. I think what he couldn't figure out is why I wasn't attracted to him. Because he was an extremely good-looking man. But his energy was bad. He was not a good dude. He was not a good guy. And I remember going up to HR and being like, this is happening. I deserve to be here, and I deserve to be safe. And them telling me, you have to go. We're firing you. we're firing you. Because captains are hard to find. Crew, they already had a girl lined up who I thought was my friend, who I helped out. She was gung-ho to take my position. She was and told me I was a horrible person for reporting Captain Jesse Doucette. He's so amazing. He's so good looking. He's a great captain. But a horrible person. Like horrible. Just absolutely horrible. Horrible person. Another narcissist, of course. But we protect people. I was fired from a job. I was accused of stealing $200 worth of empowerment at a local grocery chain store because I openly mocked the management because he was asking the young underage girls to come in and he would have sex with them in his office, and he was allowed to get away with it. And I called the supervisor. I'm like, why are you allowing this to happen? And the next day I was fired. And people actually believed it. They believed that I stole money and I was giving out $5 empowerments to my friends. And the girl that I gave a $5 empowerment to wasn't my friend. I knew she was a snake in the grass. But this is the society we live in. If you dare to fucking speak out, if you dare to say, hey, like, Rob Hinchel is a predator who has molested women and gets away with it, you're a target. But you know what? I'm tired of it. I'm tired of you need to be quiet. This is just how it is. If you want to keep your job, be quiet. Just be quiet. The women have to be quiet if they're going to survive. No, women are coming out of the dark now, and they need to fucking speak. We need to speak. Because nothing will be healed if it's in the dark. It has to come out into the light. And I am not going to be very popular, and I'm not going to be liked, but I have never felt more free and more empowered in my life. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. I am supposed to be speaking. I'm supposed to be telling my story, what my father did to me. I need to be telling about Jesse Doucette or Captain Jason when he got drunk and tried to get me to fucking suck his dick. I need to talk about that. Because that cannot be tolerated anymore in our society, and it has been. It's been tolerated for so fucking long. And I see these little girls at the job that I'm currently working at, and I just want to wrap my arms around them and protect them and save them from that. I don't want them to be in a world where they get molested. I don't want them to have to worry about to go to work. And am I going to have to suck? I'm going to have to suck Jason's dick to save my job? Is that what I'm going to have to do? Because in that moment, I'm like, man, do I have to suck his dick in order to keep my job? And if I suck his dick, am I going to lose my soul? Yeah, you know it. You know you're going to lose your soul if you suck his dick because you're not that kind of a girl. I don't want to be that kind of girl. I remember the first time I got molested. The man stuck his hand up my pants and I didn't fight back. I just was frozen. And I thought, oh my God, you let him touch you. You're a whore. You're a horrible person. When I found out about trauma responses, I was free from that shame. I was just trying to survive. I was 18 years old and I was just trying to survive. I don't want this legacy for the future women. This is what I'm here for. I'm here to speak out, and I'm gonna fucking speak out. Because it's all I got left to do. I've lost everything but my power. You can't fucking take my fucking power. Have a great day.